How's it going?
What's going on, man? How we doing?
Pretty good, pretty good. Thanks for joining. I really appreciate your time.
No, bro. I appreciate you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, no problem. So first question I have for you is, how's your weight cut going right now?
Man, it's going good. I'm about 12 pounds over. Yeah, man, just getting it down. I'm usually pretty light. I've been staying in shape and just ready. So, not too much to cut now. Just 12 pounds over, and that'll be easy work next week.
Yeah, and I'm sure it's great news to have fight news finally because you haven't fought this year yet. How good is it to have a fight, laid out for you?
Man, it's amazing. I've had 3 fights canceled with Combate. I was just waiting for short notice. Anywhere, UFC, anywhere, any small local show, I didn't care. I just was ready to get back in the cage, and hey, man, I'll do that again next Saturday. I'm so excited, and just can't wait to put on a show.
Yeah, so I saw that you were signed to Combate earlier this year. So are you still technically signed with them because you have a multi-fight contract, or
Yeah, so,
is this?
so I'm signed I signed a 4-fight deal. I'm waiting for them to get shows back going, but I mean, I'm not gonna keep just waiting on the shelf. I'm 32 years old, so I'm in my prime, and yeah, man, I just need to fight. I want to stay active, so they let me take a 1-fight release. So that's what I'm doing right now, man. I just want to get this win and hopefully fight for the Combate title, if not sign with the UFC.
Mhm. And, if you win Cage Aggressions, or I should say when you win Cage Aggression, you'll be like a champion, the flyweight champion of Cage Aggression too. So you're actually going to be a double champ with Time FC belt on one shoulder, then the Cage Aggression on one shoulder. But so do you see yourself fighting for the Combate belt after this one?
Yeah, man. I plan on winning this title next Saturday, and I vacated the title at Titan, never lost to anyone. So hey, man, I still consider myself a champ. They have a new champ right now, but I plan on fighting for the Combate belt. If they're not putting on shows, but you know what, maybe I'll go challenge that champ versus champ. But man, right now I'm just focused on either title fights, winning more titles, winning until UFC can't deny me, or yeah, man, I'm just ready for whatever. If Combate's belt's up on the line, I'm ready to take that too.
Yeah, and do they have like a schedule laid out on, like, do you know when Combate is going to come back this year?
Combate, I have no idea, man. And honestly, I'm not sure. I've been in 3 camps for them, and the first one got canceled 4 days before, and then yeah, so just waiting. I got canceled on August 28th too. So hey, man, I'm not sure, but I'll be ready whenever they're ready to put on shows.
Yeah, and talking about canceled fights, I saw that, like, I think it was like a year ago, back in March of 2019, your fight fell through like minutes before your main event fight against I think it was the guy you were rematching. But how did it feel to have a fight fall through like last minute like that?
Man, it was terrible. Corona's been brutal, but 4 days before it was terrible. Can I get playing? It was terrible. So man, I've had plenty of fights canceled, but that one broke my heart because it was my Combate debut. Good matchup, good fight. But yeah, it was even more of a heartbreak for the title, But hey, man, things happen. There's worse things going on in this world, but yeah, man. Just excited to be fighting. Excited to be back doing what I love to do,
Yeah,
Thank you.
And with all these fight cancellations too, like I know COVID, struck all of us hard, especially the MMA world. But how would you say your 2020 has been so far?
Man, you know what? I haven't been fighting, which is probably the worst thing about it. But other than that, I've been getting better. I've been training one-on-one with Alexander Pantoja, which is top 5 in the UFC, and yeah, man, I've used the time wisely, and I've gotten better with my striking and everything. My holes in my game, so I've used it. I've used the time the way I needed to.
Yeah, and talking about training partners, I believe you're mutual friends with my good friend Dustin Lampros and Evan Elder. How did you meet those guys?
Those guys are awesome, man. Started training with Scrappy about 4 years ago. Great kid, great prospect, undefeated, and he's got big things in the future. I know him just from he started at American Top Team. I started there too, Evan Elder is one of his good buddies. I've watched him for a while. He had an amazing performance 2 weeks ago, and yeah, man, they're good people, great fighters, and yeah, man, I got nothing but good things to say about them.
Mm-hmm. And so you started at American Top Team. Are you still with them, or are you at another gym right now?
No, I'm American Top Team affiliated. That's my team, and they take care of me, man. I have the best training partners in the world there.
Mm-hmm. And with your next fight, you're taking out Nate Williams. I saw on his record he has 48 fights to his name.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of fight tape to cover. But from those 48 fights, do you see any holes in his game? And what do you think of him as an opponent?
Yeah, man. Well, hey, man, a guy with 50 pro fights, hey, he's going to be well-versed. Thank you so much. He's going to be very well-versed, and I'm just ready for whatever. He's going to be prepared. He knows my game. Everyone knows my game. I'm a back taker. I'm a ground guy, but I think I'm a better ground guy than him. I don't think he's going to be able to really challenge me on the ground where he's good at, so if I need to keep it standing up, I will, and if we want to take it down to the ground, then I will too, I'll expose those holes. I'll find those holes. We have 5 rounds to title fight, so I'm gonna be looking for those gaps and try to finish them.
Mm-hmm. And so, do you have a certain prediction for the fight? Do you think you'll get a submission, or do you think we might see another flying knee knockout?
Hey, man, he's
next week.
He is pretty short. He's like 5'1", 5'2", so the knees are going to be up there. Some kicks are going to be up there. And I plan on pushing the pace. Fine knee. We'll see if I can pull it off, but I'm going to go for it. Go for a few things.
Yeah. And, on your record, you have like a 56% submission rate because 10 out of 18 fights or 10 out of 18 wins are by submission. Is there a favorite submission of yours?
Man, I'm a black belt in jiu-jitsu, and I've been wrestling for a while, pretty well versed on the ground. But favorite chokes are probably some arm chokes, like arm triangle chokes, darce chokes, anaconda chokes. I'm pretty long, so I'll be able to wrap anyone up in those head chokes. But he's a wrestler, so if he wants to shoot in on me, I'm gonna make him pay for that, and either with knees or with my submissions. So you better be ready.
Yeah. And, you were talking about the UFC previously. You said that you wanted to maybe like a short notice fight because we've seen the UFC offer a lot of short notice fights to newcomers.
Yeah.
But how many more fights or how many more wins do you think you need to get into a promotion like the UFC and get a call from Dana White?
Man, I'm 18-6. I'm on a 7-fight win streak. I've finished 11 fights, 10 submissions, 1 knockout. If I win this fight, it'll put me at 19-6 on an 8-fight win streak. I'm just winning until they can't deny, man. That's the only thing I can do right now. Just keep winning until they can't deny me. And yeah, man. September 12th, I'm gonna add another name to my record, and I think that's it, man. I should get the call. Mick and Dana should know that I'm one of the best flyweights in the world, and I deserve a shot after this.
Yeah. And I guess moving away from MMA, I asked this question to a lot of fighters, but I guess if you were never doing MMA, what job or career would you pursue if you weren't one of the top flyweights of the world?
Man, what I would probably enjoy, probably working with animals, somewhere tropical or something like that. I really like being out in nature and out in the wilderness and stuff like that. I really like that. If I was to make money or something, I don't know. Who knows? Maybe I'm not sure, but dream job would probably be working with animals. That's something I love. I like being outdoors. I love being in tropical weather. I love. I'll go out when I'm not in training camps or stuff. Try to catch snakes and stuff like that. I'm not scared of them, so something like that, man. I've always been into animals and saving them and stuff like that. So I do something like that.
Mm-hmm. And you're 32 years of age. How many more years do you think you have in MMA, and what are some things on your bucket list that you want to do before you call into retirement?
Man, I'm still feel great. I'm 32, and I still feel like I'm in my prime and peaking. So, I still want to give it a few more years. And when I know the time's right, I'll hang up my gloves. I'm not going to be one of those fighters that's going to retire on 2 fights, like losing streaks or anything like that. When I know I can't compete anymore, that's when I'll hang up my gloves. But right now, I train with like the best flyweights in the world: Formiga, Alexander Pantoja, Adriano Moraes, Jamie Alvarez, all those guys, and Eric Shelton. Man, I can't. So many, and I do great. Like we go back and forth. We do great, and I just can't wait to keep performing. And man, I got years left. I'm not worried about that. I'm just worried about what's in front of me. I feel great, and I'm ready to finish people.
Yeah, that's great, man. And with the UFC flyweight division, it's kind of stacked right now with Figueroa and Cody Garbrandt moving down. Who do you have winning that title fight?
Man, you know what? I have a Figueiredo winning that fight. Figueiredo's a strong flyweight, big, and I think Cody's chin is going to be a little tested. It's going to be a little weak from that weight cut. And I think Figueiredo's going to put that work on him. I think it's not good for somebody that big to be dropping that weight. Your chin goes away, everything goes away. Figueiredo's tough, man. One of the best in the world.
Yeah, and you train with some of the best guys in the world with Alexander Pantoja, and I think you said Formiga too. With Pantoja's last fight, do you think he won against Askarov because it was a controversial decision?
Man, you know what? I don't know who won. I'm not the one to say that. All I know is Pantoja didn't fight his fight. Pantoja was a little out of it. I don't know if it was the trip to Abu Dhabi or what was going on, but I know me knowing him, I know he wasn't like watching him fight. He wasn't fighting his best. I think if they run that back, Pantoja wins that fight. Um, but hey man, it's a fight game. It sucks when things go that way. You know, it's hard to handle that stuff. But Pantoja is still gonna be one of the best in the world. So I still think he's a top contender. And if you saw the fight with him and Figueiredo, he can make those changes. He can win that fight. You know, so we'll see. And I believe in Pantoja, and he's let me know where I am in my career. And hey man, I'm up there with the top in the world. You know, so it's great.
Yeah, and with the flyweight division, you're saying that like you don't have too much trouble at 125, but do you think you're gonna be at 125 for the rest of your career, or do you think you might move up eventually?
Yeah, no. I'm gonna be at 25 for the rest of my career. Uh, yeah. The 25 division's growing in the UFC, so um, man, they're really bringing in a lot of guys. If you've been watching the Contender Series and everything, they're bringing in a lot of people. So, um, hey, man, I'm ready to stay at 25, and I'm ready to fight the top 15 in the world. Um, man, 25 is my weight class.
Hmm. And you've been itching for a fight, like ever since this year started. How many more fights do you want to have before the end of 2020?
You know what? My goal was to have 20 wins by this year. So, 2 wins away. COVID's kind of pushed me back a little bit, but hey, man, 2 wins away from my lifetime goal. And you know what? Now you got to start setting new goals. Now that I'm so close to 20 wins, and I still feel like I got a few years left, I want to get to 30 wins now. So, um, just keep it going, man. I just got to keep it going. I'm going to stay active. I'm going to be as long as all this pandemic's over, I'm going to be as active as possible. If I could fight every month, I'll fight every month. You know, I love to fight. Never really did this for too much money. I do this because I love it. I love to compete. I love the challenges, and yeah, man, 30 wins. After 20, I'll go for 30 wins. I'll set new records, set new goals.
Hmm. And with MMA, like you're talking about the competition, but I guess what is the main thing that you love about MMA? Is it about the camaraderie of the teamwork that's in the gym, or is it like what's your favorite thing about MMA?
Man, I've always been a competitive like monster, man. I wrestled in high school and stuff. Would wrestle off season. Would drive hours to just compete by myself. You know, like I wouldn't have a coach. I'd have my mom in the corner. You know, like driving me when I couldn't drive. And I just love competing. I love the challenge. I love the person staring across from me, thinking that they can beat me, thinking that And I look at it as a challenge. I'm not gonna let this guy beat me. It's just something I love. It's just, I don't know. I was born for the competitive edge, and there's nothing more that I love than that. It's just a one-on-one sport. Like, I put in that hard work, and this guy thinks he can take it away from me, and I ain't gonna let it happen. So I just love that. I love the challenge, and like I said, man, it's it's not for the money. I want to win. I want to prove to everyone and prove to myself mostly that I can beat these guys.
Yeah, for sure. And I think that's all the questions I have for you. I would just like you to thank you for the time. And is there anything that you want to say to the fans watching out there?
No. Hey, man, thank you so much for having me. All I can say is I'm looking for another finish September 12th at Caged Aggression, and hopefully, man, I'll be making my UFC debut here soon. I really want to get this win and win until they can't deny me. So everyone look out. Hope to be making a UFC appearance soon, but I got to get this win first, September 12th. That's it.
Yeah. Well, thanks, Juan. I appreciate you a lot, and maybe we'll have you on here sometime soon.
Yeah,
Appreciate
man.
it.
Hopefully. Thank you for having me, and hey, man, you have a good week.
You too.
Thanks, brother.